believe in your relationship. So in today's podcast, Cece and I, we're going to talk about some of the things that you could do to make sure that you build belief in your relationship. So stay tuned.
Hey, Blissful friends, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of the Blissology Podcast. I am your girl, Cece, and I'm joined by my husband. What's up, babe?
I'm good, everyone. Welcome back. It's always a pleasure to have you with us. If this is your first time with us, please remember to subscribe and hit on the notification bell so you can be notified when we put out new videos. Now, this is a weekly podcast, and in here we talk about
love, life, family, relationships, real estate, business, spirituality. What else?
anything that comes into her head.
Anything that's, comes to my head. Yes, I'll take that. So yes, y'all know how it is here. And you guys know, before we get into this topic, we like to share what I call a blissful moment. So what's going on, babe? What's your blissful moment?
A blissful moment. My kids loves me.
Aww.
Yes.
They want to hear more. What detail?
My daughters had an event at their school, and obviously I had to pull some string to be able to make it to the event. And all along, they didn't think that I could make it. I think even like up till the morning of. My oldest one was like, "Daddy, I still don't think that that you should go."
Oh, while you were driving to drop them off?
Yeah, and obviously she felt disappointed, and so, but all along, I did plan on making it to the event, and we got there, way later as planned.
15 minutes. Oh,
That's
wait,
later.
We got started. There.
Yes,
we got there at 8:30.
Yeah, they had started already
at 8:15.
Listen. If they did the Pledge of Allegiance,
we got there around that time.
But when we got there, she came and gave me a big hug, and she was surprised, and so as parents, sometimes we got to find ways to do things for our children, because at the end of the day, those are the memories that they'll build, and those are the things they'll remember.
Yes.
And yes, she did come by and says I'm the best dad. So
Aww.
I give myself a pat in the back.
That's good. And mind you, we kind of like, he was already off. He took the day off. He dressed up. It was yesterday morning, Friday morning.
Yeah.
He dressed up and, as if he was going to work, although he got there to the school late. Dressed up as if he was going to work and then come back and pick me up. And then, that was really nice.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we're trying to do things to surprise our daughters, and your girls love you.
We try to build that presence.
Yes.
That's something that, not every kid gets to have that parental presence in their lives, but it's important. So if you can make the sacrifice to be there for your children, do so.
I agree.
Yeah, so what's your blissful moment?
Well, not only I feel like, this was really important. The play was short.
Yeah.
The school have this thing called May Day. Every year they do it. It's nice. And the parents come out. The parking lot is packed with cars and people. It usually goes for like 3 hours. And this year was just only an hour. I was like, wait, what's going on here? I'm not complaining, although the ceremony was nice, the dance were nice. And I feel like till you have another blissful moment, your sister.
Oh, yes. My sister's graduating.
So not only it's important to be there for your daughters as a father and as a man, it's also good to be there for your siblings.
Yes.
Mind you, my husband worked on Thursday and his brother.
Yeah.
So they took half a day to make sure they are there for their little sister who was doing their
penning nurses penning ceremony.
Yes. So we want to say congratulations to Jeannie, Steph, Esther, Mabel. Girl,
Yeah.
We are so proud of you. So proud.
It had been a while since I took a drive down to where she goes to school.
Yeah.
It's a long drive.
It's over an hour. Yes.
And she did it every day.
Yes.
Even to do her, what they call that when they do their at the hospital internship or whatever.
Yeah, internship. Yes, internship.
She had to do that at a hospital in the same area with the school.
Yeah, remember, like she's stayed overnight.
Yes. Yeah. For the last 3 months, I think. She's been going to work and work nights. She leaves the house at around 4-ish so she can get there on time.
Last weekend we were there.
And she would come back home
the next day.
The next
morning.
So it's more commitment than I made when I was in school.
Than your brother too.
Yes.
You know, nursing is different.
So yeah, congrats to my sister.
Your baby sister and your goddaughter too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, although the ceremony was yesterday.
They did the pinning ceremony yesterday. And then the graduation is
next week.
On Monday.
Yes.
Yes. So it's been blissful.
It's been blissful. And you kind of notice, like, you know, your Bliss Woman is about the girls. You know, your sister, your daughters.
Well, there's so few of us. The family is full with ladies.
Yeah. Yeah. So I truly feel like, you know, that's actually a blessing to see, you know, and I know my mother-in-law probably see this as a bigger blessing to see all her kids, 2 boys and her as their baby daughter, to see all her kids, you know, did the whole school and then went to college and now her last one is literally like done with school. We just got to take the state exam and, you know,
she's good to go.
Get that nursing degree going. So congrats, Jenny. We are so proud of you. So
absolutely. Shout out to you.
Shout out to you, girl. Doing it big. So now, guys, let's get into today's topic. Mm-hmm. You know, we just did a whole lot.
She just said a whole lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into this topic, which is believe in your relationship.
Do you believe in your relationship?
Of course.
Okay.
If I didn't, I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here after 18 years.
So it's important because, you know, when you believe in your relationship, you build comfort, you know. Yeah. You get to hang out with your partner. You kind of really understand them. But you put a lot of emphasis on what you have.
True.
Because, you know, what we have is not just you and I. It's the things that we're building together.
Right. I agree.
Which is a platform, literally.
Yeah.
Setting good examples for our kids.
Yes.
For our community. Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Well, it is a platform when you think about it. I mean, I don't think I ever look at it that way. When you think about it, it is a platform, right? Because we're building our own little family inside this platform, and we're building like, you know, little generations. Yes.
And I'll tell you, when you believe in what you have, when you believe in the relationship you have, what you're building with this person, it allows you to have more fun.
Yes. Which I'm trying to get this man like to be more fun. Okay, we're trying to get him to like, y'all, we know you probably heard me saying this a lot on this podcast. I'm a
stickler for certain things.
My husband is such a stickler, man. Like, babe, loosen up a little bit. It's okay if you don't stop for the stop sign.
I'm a
Which was me earlier.
I'm a rule follower. If the stop sign is there, I should stop.
But there's no car coming. No one is crossing. Why must we stop? Let's just keep going.
Anyway, so, you know, when you believe in what you have, you'll have more fun and you'll be more happy.
Yes.
Because I'll tell you, a lot of people find themselves, you know, slowly breaking away from each other. It's because sometimes they don't put they don't believe enough in what they have. They don't believe that they can grow it. So
I agree.
So and one thing that's important is it's not just on you to be the one believing in it. It's on all of us.
Both of us.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we can put the kids in there. No, I'm
both of us. It's on both of us. Like if you can't be with someone who's like just waiting for the other partner to make all the moves, right? Yeah. And one thing I just don't like is when you're with someone, one is just like, all right, making all the effort. I believe in this marriage. I believe in this relationship. So I'm doing all that I need to do for me to make it work. We both need to grow old in the process. And I feel like we are growing.
Yeah.
And because we believe in what we have, right? Like, I got to tell you this, my parents who's been married for 40 plus years, these couples are still kicking it. Y'all, like last Sunday, they went out to this event. My mom was like, we got on at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, what?
Your parents are party animals.
Because they still believe in their marriage and their relationship. Because my parents are like, they're in their 60s, but yet act as if they're 30s. Sometimes I feel
Why
like,
not?
Especially, you know, my dad, you know, he's very youthful, right? Mm-hmm. He's very youthful. Like, even though he's older, but he still don't act his age because he still feel like, hey, I have all my energies. I don't have to just go because my age is 50 or whatever the number is. I should act that way. No, you know, because we believe in what we have. We believe they believe in what they have, and they believe that they don't have to live this way because they are this age.
Yeah. And that's where that fun comes in.
Yes.
But sometimes we let our age
drain. And we know a lot of people. I'm just saying.
Listen, sometimes we let our age drain all the fun that we could have. And
not here.
And this is where if we believe our relationship should have that element of youth in it. Mm-hmm. And one of us sees that, you know what, we should be. This is where that one who think that we should be has a responsibility to really sit with the other person. You know what? Yes, I know we're getting there, but I believe we have something great and we have something that we can still enjoy.
Right.
What can we do?
Yes. And one thing I do like about, you know, some older different type of people, they like to go bingo. They like to go bowling. They like to wear their tight jeans and go out.
Yeah.
And we know some different type of generations that also like to, I guess it depends on the culture too.
Yes.
You know, sometimes I feel like different type of culture, like they feel like once they reach a certain age, you got to be home and wear certain clothes and make them look old and act old, which is weird.
Yeah.
And then there's that other culture. I don't care if I'm 70, 80 years old. If I still have it, I'm going to kick it. I'm going to still believe that I have what we had. Like, for instance, my parents, when they come home on Sunday morning at 1 o'clock, a Monday morning at 1 o'clock, my dad was like, I only slept for 3 hours because I had to go to work the next day at 4. And I'm like, you know, that's the thing.
Yeah. You know, I'll take it even further. I don't think it's just culture. I think it's mindset.
True.
Because hey, listen, we're from the Caribbean. We're from Haiti. I've known some Haitians that are very open and they go out and do their stuff.
My parents.
I know some that are just, you know, I'm old and I should only do old stuff.
Yeah.
There's certain things that I should not be engaged in. So, but you know, it comes down to if you believe in your relationship to be something that you can continue to enjoy until you're gone.
Yeah.
Then you'll do whatever you can.
I agree.
And one thing I say, it's if you're willing to give a little to allow you to enjoy that relationship, you'll get a whole lot in return.
You will.
Because when you're having fun, you live longer.
That is true. And trust me, doesn't mean it's easy. Okay? It's not easy.
Oh, yes.
Right? Because we still got to pull each other. Sometimes you could be down. Sometimes, like, you know, I want to kick it this weekend. I want to have this. I want to do this. I want to do that. But then you're not in the mood.
Yeah.
And I feel like good relationships are very much hard work.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
And that's where it's important that you learn to appreciate.
My husband be tired of me nagging.
Yes, some women do nag. But you got to learn to appreciate that not every day or every interaction is going to be a good one.
We had one last weekend, and he had to apologize to me on Sunday because, like I said, we had our ups and downs, you know?
Yeah, and
we do.
Probably before the day ends, something will happen. But you one thing, you got to make sure that you learn to tolerate the fact that neither me or you or neither you or your partner are perfect.
Right.
Right? So give each other some room to be
To
human.
breathe.
No, be human. You know, as human, we are flawed, and sometimes we may get things wrong, and if we do, yes, it may be tough, and someone may have to apologize. Actually, apologizing is a good thing. Some people think that it's hard to do, but sitting there says, "Baby, listen, I'm sorry. I know what I did was wrong."
You were wrong for
Or
that.
it's you sitting there and says, "Baby, I am sorry. I know what you did was wrong."
And I did that to you.
Yes.
And I did apologize that time. But,
Yeah.
you know, and I think this is growth. We're growing when it comes to like when you believe that you're the one that's at fault. You're the one that's like, all right, let me just be the man and apologize to her. And if us women, we know how hard it can be sometimes for us to say, I'm sorry. Like I saw this meme on Instagram last week that says us ladies, instead of apologize to our husband, we'd rather just jump off a cliff or an airplane before we said we're sorry. But I think for me in this, sometimes like, you know what? I'm just not gonna say anything. I'm pissed. I'm not talking, and I'm not apologizing to anyone. It's your fault. So even if it's my fault, I'm like, no, you gotta come and apologize, because we don't really apologize that easily.
Some people's got issues, but that's where communication comes in. You know, you got to take the time to talk to your partner and sometimes brainstorm on what you can do better. Yeah. You know, if I think I screw up, I'm going to say, listen, what can I do different? If I'm not pissed. If I'm pissed, then I'll probably not say that. But eventually.
When you're pissed, you just don't say anything.
Or when she's upset, she thinks that I'm going to have a hard time. I just go about doing my thing. But sit down and talk about it and brainstorm, talk together, find out what you can do to be better. And of course, be completely honest with each other.
Yes.
Right? Yes. If you're wrong, accept the fact that you're wrong.
But were you wrong last weekend, babe?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
See, this is me.
But you waited until
owning.
Sunday. Like the whole Saturday was
I had
like
some stuff to do. I had some stuff.
I mean, not the whole day, the whole evening. You know, you knew I was upset, yet you're like, I'm just gonna let her feel like.
I had.
I watched 2 movies, yet he still didn't come and apologize. And I was like, you know what, whatever. Don't talk to me. I'm done.
This woman, but hey, listen, we at a stage where we're grown enough that we can still have that moment. Let someone be themselves while I handle my stuff. And then come back and kind of patch things up. And this is a clear indication that not every relationship
It's perfect.
is perfect. No, actually, no relationship is perfect.
If it's perfect, someone's lying.
That's my say. Come on, you can't just take my word and just say yes.
Well, okay.
If a relationship seems perfect, someone's lying.
Someone's lying. Something's wrong. Yeah.
So when you care about someone, there's certain things that you need to be able to look beyond. Say, for instance, if I step on your toes, hypothetically speaking, I screwed up on something. You know, this is not when you like go all crazy and stuff, right?
You step on my toes. I'm supposed to go crazy. You step on my toes.
Listen, we all make mistakes, and I say this to say that if one of us goofed up, now there are certain things that are just non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But if we happen to have said the wrong thing, or maybe have done the wrong thing,
Or act the wrong way.
Or maybe say hi to the wrong person, it's no reasons to just go all crazy.
Yeah.
You can express, the fact that you don't like it. Maybe we'll talk about it, have a grown-up conversation about it, but don't go nuts.
I agree.
Right?
And that's something I don't do.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, I wouldn't stay with you. I would just leave.
Yeah.
If you were that type of person, I would have taken you back to your parents.
They would take me back. It would have been your loss. I'm just saying, it would have been your loss. So, yeah, that's something that when I'm upset, when we upset, I don't make a scene like, oh my God, you just.
She gets madly quiet.
I get quiet, and that's when he knows that I'm pissed or I'm upset about something.
And if I had something to do, I just let her be quiet and I go do my thing.
But I feel like sometimes when you let me be quiet, that's what it just gets worse, right? Like when you upset about something, we talk at the moment.
Yes,
hey,
and I'm good.
We talk.
Yeah.
And then we get it over with.
I don't get quiet.
Versus when we don't talk.
Because you get quiet.
Right. Because when I get quiet, then it get worse.
I know.
You knew that already.
Yes.
So it get worse. So this is why I feel like sometimes when you know your spouse and when something happened, if it's like very quiet for a good day, then it's just like it's just build up and build up and build up and build up. And you're like, is he not see that I'm upset? Like
some people gets quiet thinking that, okay, now I'm upset, I'm going to make him feel that I'm upset.
And that's
but they don't realize
like,
that
sipping in his room.
I don't feel your upsetness.
That's him.
No, that doesn't mean that I'm insensitive to the fact that something's wrong.
But you can be though.
Wrong. And eventually I would let the person cool off. Because sometimes, see, I'm the type of person that try to look for solution and move forward as quickly as I can. And there are people when they're upset, you got to let them really be upset and not try to find a solution to fix the thing as quickly as possible because they want to make sure that.
Why would you want that? Why would you want that?
So if I engage in a conversation, I'm already like going, okay, let's fix this, let's move on, and but that's not.
But should you not want to like let's fix this and move on? Like,
but you don't want quick fix.
No, that's not true, babe.
You don't want quick fix.
That's not true.
She wants to make sure that she marinate on that upsetness.
Oh,
and I
no.
know that. Now, sometimes I let it go a little bit too long. Hence last weekend. I didn't mean to, but I had some stuff to do. Sometimes I'll just leave maybe an hour or so and then I tackle it and then we're good to go. But if I'm busy, what can I do? I got to finish what I'm doing.
Okay.
But hey, listen, every relationship will run into this.
Yes.
And then these are the things that makes it hard. And yes, when things happens. We're all human. Man,
right.
Listen, I'm not going to sit here and say I've never done something wrong. I've screwed up. Well, I will not do the non-negotiables. There are things that's unacceptable and it's bound to kill the relationship. And I know what those are. But I may say the wrong thing and I may
act the wrong way.
Mm-hmm. I may, whatever other things that may happen. And there's been cases where I've agreed to disagree just to kind of keep peace.
Same here.
I agree to disagree more. I understand, there's healthy compromise that's important.
Yes.
And sometimes I've looked at things that it's not worth it to lose my peace over. But then I realized in the last few months, I think maybe I'm getting older, that I'm letting little things let me lose my cool. So,
or it's just me.
Or it's just her.
There's a movie that we watched a few months back, and he was like, I'm breaking up with you. It's not you. It's me.
Sometimes that's the best way to do that.
It's like, it's not you. Just so you know, it's not you. It's me. It's, of course, it's an African movie, and it was so funny. It was so funny. But I feel like sometimes it's not because it's just that I'm growing. There's things that I see that if I see something that if I need to respond, I would just speak on it. And I think because I'm speaking on it, you may not like it. And that's when it turns into a bickering.
Yeah.
Right?
It happens. As we get older, there's little things.
Or unless if you are losing your patience.
That could be too.
You being impatient right now.
I'm not. But I like to move. I like to move beyond things as quickly as I can. That's something I realize that I'm doing. And if something is insignificant, I don't want to waste a lot of time on it. And that's probably with age. So, but those are all the little nuances that comes with relationship that makes it, it could be hard to work at. But if you believe in the relationship you have, it doesn't matter how many of these little things comes up. You would find ways around them.
Yeah, and there's a saying that says, making up is more fun as being more upset. You know how it is.
Making up is always fun. We all know that. Anyone who's in a relationship knows that makeup is fun.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Because it is. But it's in the quicker you can make up, the better. So when you're upset, it's a time waster.
True.
Think of how much you could have done during that time that you're spending moping around, feeling bad and all that stuff.
Feeling down and
yeah, and you know it's you gotta learn
to talk it out. Sure.
And lift each other up
instead of
putting one another down. I mean, yeah. And this is where sometimes when you get into argument and it gets heated up, and each one of you trying to say the next thing that will help you win your argument, but I don't go that route, because the moment that I realize something's going into an argument, I'm like, okay, I need to just go do something else. Let you be upset.
Let me be upset, but I also feel like us ladies, when we upset, we like to say how we feel about it. We like to speak on. We like to talk it out. This is how I really feel. This is how you really do me, or how I'm really feeling right now. And we want to speak. We want to throw everything out as opposed to just like hold it in. There's some people that like to hold things in.
Yeah.
And I think I was like that. I was one of those people that would just hold it in. I'm upset, but I'm rather not talk about it, and then just hold it in.
Yeah,
not just my husband.
Okay,
it's just whether if it's family, whether if it's friends, whomever. If you would ask me, "You all right, babe?" But because he knows me, he knows I'm not okay. But I'm like, I'm not talking about it. But now
she lets it out.
Listen,
but if I keep going at it, she gets more upset. So I'm like. Yeah, but it's important to continue to find ways to lift each other. And sometimes if it means, okay, I notice this is going down the wrong road, let me just be the one who just say, let me just step
out. Let me just put a brake to it.
Off a little bit, because you find in the heat of an argument, things can escalate pretty quickly and they can get far.
Get fired up.
But if you know where that point of no return is, you make sure that you don't get to it. Yes, that allows you to never get engaged in those conversations that will put you in a position where you're beating up your partner. You don't want that. So, and I tell you, when you're able to step away, you can come back an hour later. It's a completely different conversation.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like when I got upset last weekend.
Oh, if I had kept going, you would have just kept.
I would have just kept going too. If you weren't talking. I would have been like,
yeah, you really like this?
Yes. Michelle Obama says when they go high, you go low.
you keep going high. And
sometimes you gotta keep going high with them, and I'm like, no, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. And I would have probably still be going high if we were kept going, not talking for like a couple of days or two. I mean, we were talking, but I was just like waiting for the apology.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, life gets weird, okay? Life gets weird. And life be lifing. Life be lifing. And I think sometimes it's okay for life to get weird. It's fun. It's healthier to learn.
Yeah, I mean, we go through changes. And that's part of the reason why life gets weird. Life gets lifing. And it's easier to, life be lifing. And while life is lifing, I'd say it's easier to learn to deal with the changes as we go through them. As I mentioned, I realize that I'm becoming a little bit more impatient. That's probably because I'm getting older. But learn to deal with the changes. Accept the fact that you are changing. Your attitude is changing, the way you view things is changing, your mood is changing, but don't ignore it. Learn to deal with it. Lay it out on the table. Now this is how we are. How do we deal with it?
Speaking of that, or I was talking to my mom and I was telling her, Mom, you're such a dramatic person. And I could see where your granddaughter get it from.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, our youngest is like very much dramatic. Like a little scratch. And I'm dramatic. I think we all are. My oldest is dramatic too.
Listen, your whole family is dramatic. You guys are like emotionally fragile.
What are you trying to say, baby? You know, my mom's gonna be watching, right?
I know. You know, they cry very easily.
I think my whole family is not dramatic. My brother is very emotional too. My dad is emotional.
I said your whole family is dramatic, you know? But hey, listen.
Your whole family is not.
No, my family is like hardcore. We're good.
Yes.
No, we hardcore. You know, there's little things that doesn't
There's
get
no
to
crying. There's no emotions. There's none of that.
No.
Yeah, we're very dramatic. I was telling my mom, like, Mom, you very dramatic, Ma.
Yeah.
It's just like, why would you say that? I was like, because sometimes it's such a minor little thing, and it turned out to be.
That's those people.
My mom is very dramatic. Yeah, it's okay, Ma.
So-
You know you are.
Learn to deal and accept with the changes that are happening in your life. Don't deny them. And don't turn every little thing into a mini, big, medium drama. It's not worth it. Because when you look at life, at the end of the day, if you do the right thing and if you live the best that you can, things will always work out. Mm-hmm. But you got to do the best you can.
Yes.
At making things work.
That's true.
And you have to be as open as you can with your partner, with your family. Like, I know they're all dramatic, so I'm good with it.
We are very dramatic.
Right?
Very dramatic and emotional people. We have a lot of emotions.
So I know that and I'm good with it. I want her to know that I'm not as emotional as
You're not.
she is. And
You only shed one tear in our wedding. That was it.
I was just thinking, now I'm losing all my freedom.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
But anyway, listen, your life would be what you make it to be, and so is your relationship. If you believe in you having something that you can build on, something that you can use as something that could be an example for your community, for your kids, do the best you can at working at it every day. That doesn't mean it's always going to be a walk in the park. You're going to run into stuff, but you'll find your belief in your relationship will allow you to overcome all of these little things, like the dramas, the quietness when they're upset, them apologizing never, all that stuff. You learn to deal with it. So the truth is, live the best you can and believe in what you have, and that will always allow you to move on to the next level, whatever that level may be.
Yes. And not just one person. It's both of you.
Even the one who's not apologizing.
Whatever. We'd rather jump off an airplane before we apologize to y'all.
Hey, listen, everybody. We really enjoy talking about this.
Yes, we do.
So obviously,
we did.
As you guys can see, we have our own things that we go through.
We sure do.
Just because we sit behind this mic, we talk, and we seem happy. That doesn't mean we don't have stuff happening. We do.
Yes, life be ghetto sometimes. Listen, let me not go into this.
Let her not go into this. So, thank you very much for listening to our podcast today. We appreciate you guys. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe. And look at your relationship. You know, make sure it's something that you believe in, and make sure every day you're doing whatever you can to make sure that relationship works.
Yes.
And learn to tolerate your partner. He or she is not perfect. Sometimes they'll screw up, but learn to forgive and learn to move on. With that note, or with that said, thank you very much, and we'll see you next Saturday. Peace.